Hello everyone, today we'll talk about the past perfect tense, which is the third kind of the past tense. Let's go and learn it. The tense that is the past perfect tense. There are some verbs, let's see them. The first verb is leave, second form is left, and third form is left. Next verb is there, that is close, second form is closed, and third form is closed. The last verb is there, that is complete, second form is completed, and third form is completed. Use an action which had finished before another action in the past is called the past perfect tense. There were two actions which happened in the past. The first one is known as the past perfect tense. The other action is known as the past indefinite tense because both of them happened in the past separately. When two actions happened separately in the past, so mostly the first action which happened before the other action is known as the past perfect tense, and the second one which happened later on, that is known as the past indefinite tense. Let's see the timeline. You can find here there are three tenses: the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense. And again, there are two actions. The first action is known as the past perfect tense, and the second action is known as the past indefinite tense. Both happened in the past. So the first action is known as the past perfect tense. Second action is known as the past indefinite tense. Let's go and see the identification. Verb third form is used, like leave third form is left, close third form is closed, and complete third form is completed. The next identification is there of helping verb, that is just had. It means after every subject we have to use had and plus third form of the verb, which shows the past perfect tense. So there is no need of writing the subjects, which subjects are used here, because every subject has got just one helping verb, and that is called had. Hope you got the difference. First of all, we'll make the simple sentences of the past perfect tense. Then we will have the combined exercise with the next tense, that is the past indefinite tense, that how to join and which kind of conjunctions or relative words are needed to join them. Let's go first have the single practice. You can find here the formula. First we write the subject, then had, then third form of the verb, and plus object. Now example is there. He had left the school. He had left the school. Now in this sentence you can find here, he is our subject, had is the helping verb, and left is the third form of the verb, and the school is object. Now mostly here it's hard for someone to understand the past perfect tense, that it is also like the past indefinite tense, but what the difference is there between the past perfect tense and the past indefinite tense. Next exercise we'll go and we will do the practice in order to understand that how they are used and what are the time marks which are used to make these sentences. They had closed the door. They had closed the door. They had closed the door. Find here after subject had is there, then closed third form is there, and the door is object here. The last verb is there, complete. Example is there. I had completed my homework. I had completed my homework. Now these are positive sentences, but how to make the negative sentences? It's quite easy. After had we just use had not, the sentence becomes negative. Here again there's a positive sentence, like she had washed the dishes. Now how to make the negative? You can find here she hadn't. After had just we use not. She hadn't washed the dishes. The dishes. Now how to make an interrogative sentence? Just we bring had at the beginning of sentence to make it an interrogative sentence, like there is had she washed the dishes, and at the end there's question mark to make an interrogative sentence. Hope you got it. Now let's go to the next exercise, which will make you understand how to combine the clauses. Now in this section we will come to know the difference between the past perfect tense and the past indefinite tense. Let's go and deal with them. Here we have got time markers which show the time. As soon as, after, they show the first action, that is known as the past perfect tense. The next one is the by the time, when, before, show the second action, that is known as the past indefinite tense. Now let's go see the exercises. Here we will understand how to use the time markers. Now you can see there the train had left. Now mostly you can find here this is the past perfect tense. Before I reach the station, it means my action that was reaching the station, it was second, and the train had left. It is the first action. Now here you can find the difference, that the train had left before I reached the station. Now the next one is there. If you want to bring this clause here and you don't want to use before, then we can use after with the past perfect tense. Example is there. I reached the station after the train had left. It means when I reached the station, the train had left. Now you can understand the difference between the past perfect tense and the past indefinite tense, but take care of the time markers or transitions of time, where to use them. We use as soon as or after with the past perfect tense, and by the time, when, before, we use with the past indefinite tense. Let's go have some more examples. First actions. With first actions we use as soon as or after. With second action we can use by the time, when, and before. Now there are some examples. As soon as he had taken breakfast, he went to his office. Now this is the first action and that is the second action. Taking breakfast is the first action, and going to his office is the second action. After he had taken his breakfast, he went to his office. You can find here as soon as or after we use with the first action, and with the second action then we don't need any transition. If you want to use the second action by the time, when, or before, then we don't need to write as soon as or after, because then they show the second action. Because two transitions of time we can't use there. Examples are there. He had taken his breakfast by the time he went to his office. He had taken his breakfast when he went to his office, or when he went to his office, he had taken his breakfast. He had taken his breakfast before he went to his office. Now you can change the places. If you want to bring these transitions at the beginning, then we need comma to separate the clauses, otherwise the same sequence there. Here I think it might be a bit hard for new learners to know about the clauses. Here just you have to understand how to use these transitions in order to make the past perfect tenses and the past indefinite tense. Hope you understood it. Well, now let's go and have an exercise to understand the past perfect tense and the past indefinite tense together. You can find here time markers. With the first action we use as soon as, or we can use after. With the second action we can use by the time, when, or before. For example, he leave the school, he go to playground, she close the door, she go to bazaar, they complete their homeworks, they sleep. Now these are the examples. Now we are going to make the past perfect tense with the first action, and with the second action we are going to make the past indefinite tense. If you want to use these transitions, so we can use them with the first action. If you want to use these transitions, we can use them with the second action. The example is there. As soon as he had left the school, he went to playground. He went to playground. Now can you find here, this is the past perfect tense and the second one is the past indefinite tense. Now one thing more you can use as well, the past indefinite tense if you want to use as soon as. Example is there. As soon as he left the school, he went to playground. Now the next example is there. She closed the door, she go to bazaar. Now again you can use after as well. For example, after she had closed the door, she went to bazaar. She went to bazaar. Now this is the first action and this is the second action. If you want to make with the last one, you can make like same way, like after they had completed their homeworks, they slept. If you want to make the sentences with the second transitions, like for example, if you want to use these transitions with the second action, you can make also the sentences. For example, he had left the school. Now it looks like it's past perfect tense because we are using here had plus third form of the verb. If you want to use any transition with the second action, you can use there. He had left the school before he went to playground. Now you can make a sentence with by the time as well. Example is there, like they had completed their homeworks by the time they slept. It means they had completed their homeworks before they slept. It means when they slept, they had completed their homeworks. Hope you understood the tenses. You can make by yourself many more sentences in order to understand this tense. Thank you. See you next time.